Alright, hello YouTube. So this is the Sonic Ether Unbelievable Shaders mod version 10. It's the preview build. It's on Sonic Ether's Facebook page. So as you can see, we got some God rays working now in the mod. And as you look out, there's water now with water shaders. And that used to be incompatible with this mod. Someone had the GLSL water shaders and they were never compatible. And so Sonic Ether seemed to have written his own version and now it is compatible. So now we got God rays and motion blur and the water shaders. Looks really nice. I'll just pan around here. So the texture pack I'm using is LB Photorealism. I normally use Fax Pure BD Craft, but texture packs aren't compatible with this mod by default. You have to kind of edit them, and so I found someone had edited the LB Photorealism pack on the Minecraft forums, and he posted it, so I downloaded that one just because it works. But yeah, so as you can see, we got the God rays shining through the trees. So for those of you unfamiliar with this mod, what it does is it adds dynamic shadows and dynamic lighting. So everything casts a shadow in real time as the light changes throughout the day. You'll see the shadows kind of move around with it, and you cast a shadow too, so that's kind of cool. It also adds options for either motion blur or depth of field. So with motion blur, most people know it's when you move, you see this kind of blurring effect. Depth of field, it kind of makes stuff that you're focusing on clear and stuff that you're not focusing on blurry. Kind of gives you like the effect that like your eye has in real life. Here, your peripheral vision's kind of blurry, and what you're focusing on is much more clear. So it's pretty cool. It's a cool feature, but you can't actually use motion blur with depth of field. They are incompatible with each other, so you really have to choose which one you want. I usually choose motion blur because the depth of field feature just isn't really perfected yet, I don't think. And now God rays used to be kind of like this beta feature that never really worked well. Now it's working in this mod, and now we have the water shaders too, so it's really cool. And so yeah, we have the shadows. And what Optifine does also that you really need to install to run this mod well, because this is a really graphically demanding mod. You need a strong graphics card. I'm using a SLI GTX480s and a i7 at 3.6 gigahertz. I'll post my PC specs in the description. So what Optifine lets you do is it gives you all these features that weren't with the game before, and it optimizes it. So some of the features are like waving trees and waving grass, and you also can raise the cloud height. I don't know if you noticed, but the clouds are really high. You can increase the render distance and get stuff even farther away to load up, and there's also some tweaks you can make to like how things load. So like there's one option that lets you load stuff more when you're standing still, so you don't really notice the loading as much, stuff like that. So it's a really useful mod even without the Sonic Ether. But and then you install Sonic Ether after Optifine always. Alright, so here I figured I'd kind of just spawn some enemies, show you the shadows kind of bounce off them too. It looks pretty awesome. And they also they have the motion blur effect too, so I think the game always looks cooler when there's lots of enemies on screen. So, 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 Alright, so one other feature that I got to show you is that there's finally some good lighting with the lava and torches that didn't exist before in the previous versions of this mod. As many people know, the mod always had trouble with torches and lava and lighting in dark areas because the torches just never gave off a lot of light, and if you made the torches give off light, then the shadows effect was always suppressed. So you can never really have the mod look good with, you know, torches and lava working properly. So finally he's fixed that, and now the torches give off this red glow and the lava gives off this sort of red glow. It works really well. And there used to be a bug where light kind of shined through the caves, and you don't really have that anymore. At least I haven't encountered that problem, where like the sunbeams would kind of just shine through walls as if there were no walls there. So here I'm going to blow some stuff up for you and show you how the explosions actually will... Oops, fell through the world there. I'll show you how the explosions will reflect off the water. Alright, so I set up another TNT rig. That one wasn't as good, but yeah, you could kind of see they reflect off the water, and you got the fire reflects off the water too. Gives a pretty cool effect. Throw some lava in there. You can see the light kind of bounces off the water in real time. It's pretty nice looking. So that's it. I hope you liked it, and I'll install a version 10 how to install video once the final version releases, just because it won't be worth it to do it right now just because it's so complicated. I'm sure the final version will release soon. Alright, so subscribe if you liked it, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments.